Welcome to Touch Technology Review. Today I'm going to show you how to use audio effects in Adobe Premiere Pro CC 2017. There's been some new effects added and these are quite amazing, and I'm going to walk you through some of my favorites in this tutorial. Now, a quick note before we go ahead and look at this tutorial about the types of equipment you need to be using during your video production that's going to help you get a much better result in terms of your audio quality. I've mentioned this in a couple of other videos, but it's really important to make sure that you're not using your in-camera audio. You really need to be looking at using an external audio recorder such as the Zoom H4 or the Zoom H1, or at the very least plugging a microphone into the audio input of your camera to achieve a much better result, especially if your subject matter is sitting more than 1 or 2 meters away from the camera. So once you've got that right, you're then in a really good position to get some amazing audio once you apply these filters in Premiere. Another thing to consider during your video edit is the use of a good set of studio reference headphones to listen to the audio whilst you're editing. I've got the AKG K52 here in my hands. These will set you back around $50 US, which is a very small investment to help you get much better audio out of your projects. Now, the good thing about the studio reference headphones as opposed to consumer headphones such as Beats and Monster and whatever they are, is that they have a very flat signal. They don't enhance the bass or the treble. They give you a very realistic representation of the audio you're listening to, and that's going to help you get a better result. So if you can, grab yourself a set of headphones, or even if you've got studio reference speakers by the side of your computer. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and check out how to edit audio in Adobe Premiere Pro CC 2017. Now, I'm going to show you 2 ways to edit your audio in Premiere Pro CC 2017. Firstly, we're going to use the brand new Essential Sound control panel, and this automates most of the process for you, essentially making this a one-step solution. So if you're new to Premiere, or if you're limited in time and you want the best possible outcome for the limited amount of time available, I'm going to show you the simplest method, and we're going to start by using the Essential Sound. Now, before we do that, what we're going to do is import some footage into the project and drag it onto our timeline. So I'm assuming that if you've got this far, you probably already know how to do so. But just to recap on that, you need to go to File and Import to import some video or audio. And then once that's imported, you'll see it appear on the left-hand window in your Premiere Pro project area. And then you just drag it from the left into the right-hand side, directly into your timeline, and then you're ready to go and edit that audio. I've got a clip here that I prepared earlier on. I've recorded some audio directly into the Rode NT1 microphone. It's connected to the Zoom H4n audio recorder and audio interface, and it's going directly into my Mac. As a result, the quality of this audio is already rather high. Not much needs to be done, but nonetheless, you'll see by applying some default audio effects, there really is a great improvement over the character of the audio. If you've got some audio coming out of your video camera, for example, you'll notice some more significant change in the audio characteristics, and the quality is going to be noticeably greater than the audio that came straight out of your camera. So let's go ahead and apply some audio effects to improve this. Now, to do so, first of all, make sure you've selected your audio track by clicking on it in the timeline. So you'll see it highlight there. Then you go to Window and Essential Sound. When the Essential Sound control panel pops up, you'll see a number of different options: dialogue, music, sound effects, and ambience. We're going to apply the dialogue effects to this particular audio track because it's a vocal track. So all we need to do is select it, and then in the preset area below, choose a preset to apply to our audio track. Because this is a male voice, I'm going to select Balanced Male Voice. And when I do this, if I move the Essential Sound control panel slightly lower, you'll see in the effects control panel that Premiere has applied a number of different audio effects all at once. So this is basically a shortcut to optimizing your audio, with an all-in-one solution. Now, having said that, there are certainly a lot of parameters that you can tweak to improve it further, but most of you would probably be happy with the default settings that Premiere has provided you. If you just play your audio on the timeline to preview it, you can determine that for yourself. So let's have a go. Display that includes an integrated Touch ID fingerprint sensor and front-facing camera. The new iPhone may be sold alongside upgraded but standard 4. Look, that sounds pretty good already. I'll just have a quick look and make sure that everything's in order. If I scroll down using the scroller on the right-hand side of the Essential Control Panel, I can see a number of different options are available. And these are very easy to understand and very easy to access and tweak. For example, there's been some dynamics applied to the audio, and I can increase that or decrease that if I find the effect is too exaggerated. I might come a little bit lower, for example. So let's go down to 2.9 instead of the 4.5 that was on there by default. And let's listen to that. And front-facing camera. The new iPhone may be, and I can now increase that much louder. ID fingerprint sensor and front-facing camera. And now I've clearly gone overboard, so I can just bring that slider somewhere in between. You can adjust the volume, you can adjust the amount of boost that's being provided to the audio, and also there is an enhanced speech option that's been selected. It's picked up that it's a male voice, and certainly if it makes a mistake, which it often does, you can go between female and male vocal to adjust that. Another filter that's been applied is the clarity, which really is the one that probably gives it the most change and impact. And that's really all you need to do. If you wanted to go in there and fine tune it much more, you can go into the effects control panel and select each and every effect one by one and go in and apply manual tweaks to your heart's content until you get the exact audio that you're looking for. So that's all there is to editing audio using the brand new Essential Sound Control Panel. Now, for those of you who are using a particularly noisy audio clip, one that may have come from your camera or from a microphone that wasn't positioned closely enough to the speaking source, you'll probably find there's a lot of hiss and background noise that you might want to remove. In which case, you can select the Cleanup Noisy Dialogue preset, which will include a number of filters to remove noise from the audio, and the most important one being the Adaptive Noise Reduction filter. It's certainly hard to notice a difference for this particular audio because there was not much noise in it at all, but you'll find this will make a big difference for any audio tracks that are suffering from a lot of background noise or static noise coming out of the audio source. Now, for those of you who are a little bit more adventurous, I'm going to show you a more sophisticated approach to editing your audio that gives you a lot more control from the beginning. So I'm going to delete all of those effects that we just applied using the Essential Sound Control Panel. I'm going to select that audio clip one more time, and this time I'm going to go straight to my Effects Control Panel and enter in my rack of effects that I'll be using one by one. And these actually differ slightly from the ones that Adobe have chosen for the Essential Sound Control Panel. So I am going to start off with the Adaptive Noise Reduction. So if you don't know where that is in the Effects Control Panel, just type it in by its name, N-O-I-S-E for noise, and you'll see the Adaptive Noise Reduction option appear. Drag that directly onto your audio and select the edit in the Effects Control Panel, and you have a number of different presets available, or you can manually adjust. Because there's not much noise in this audio clip, I've gone for a light noise reduction. Once I've gone in and cleaned up the noise, the next step for me is to apply a parametric equalizer. So I'm going to drag that over onto my audio, and then I'm going to edit that and move away from the default, and I'm going to go to the loudness maximizer. And you'll see what it's done. It's lifted some of the bass on the left-hand side, dipped in the middle, and lifted some of the highs. And that's going to give you a much more dynamic effect on the audio track. Then I'm going to go to the Dynamics processor, drag that onto my audio clip, select that. There's a whole range of presets available to you here. You can select quite a few of these and try them out. I've experimented quite a bit, and I will usually select either the de-esser medium or the broadcast limiter option. And for those of you with more experience in audio engineering, you can go in here and edit to your heart's content. Now, the other thing that I like to do is apply a compressor. And you'll notice a number of obsolete effects have been popping up here from previous versions of Premiere. So make sure you don't select those by mistake. I'm going to select the multi-band compressor. And again, I'm going to look at one of the presets, and I'll stay with the classical master on this one, which I experimented with quite a bit. And then I can go in and adjust some of these parameters just by manually tweaking the mids, the highs, and the lows, and also applying more or less gain to each region here. And again, this could be a bit of a process of experimentation until you get the sound the way you expect to hear it. And there's my 4 manual steps of adjusting audio in Premiere. So really it's up to you. You can take your pick. If you're in a rush, or if you're not really wanting to experiment with audio and fine tune too much, you can use the new Essential Sound control panel. And if you're more of an audio engineer in personality, go ahead and manually apply all these effects one by one by using the effects control panel for your audio. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit me up with a like and also subscribe to the channel, and you'll be notified of up and coming video releases. There'll be a lot more tutorials like this. There's going to be unboxing and product reviews, and also general videos and vlogs about the digital lifestyle. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video. Bye for now.